Hello, my name is Jeff Kelly. I am a bankruptcy attorney, and in this video, I would like to talk to you about how fast can you file a bankruptcy case. Well, the short answer is pretty fast. Um, to be honest with you, if there's any bankruptcy law firm in Northwest Georgia that can move at the speed of light, it is us. I've got 5 attorneys. I've got 7 offices. We're located in Marietta, Kennesaw, Douglasville, uh, Dalton, Cartersville, Rome, and Dallas, Georgia. We've got about 20 staff members. I've been doing this over 21 years. We can move quickly if we need to. As a general rule, in most cases, if we're moving at the speed of light trying to get a case filed, I would need about 3 hours and a very prepared client sitting in front of me. But the question behind the question is, do you really need to file quickly? Do you really have an emergency? And the truth is, in most cases, the answer is no. I get it when a creditor is putting a lot of pressure on you. You can't sleep at night. It's scary. They're ringing your phone off the hook. They're saying they're going to garnish your wages and they're going to clean out your checking account. But the real truth in the state of Georgia is they've got to sue you before they can do those things. And typically, first they have to serve you with a lawsuit. You're going to have about 30 days to respond. And then usually it's a few weeks after that before they're going to start garnishing or cleaning out your checking account. So in most cases, we do have time. And Chapter 13 and Chapter 7, these are situations where we don't want people to feel pressured or rushed into filing. We want you to think about it. We want you to feel good about it. We want it to be a major stress release for you to get it done. It is true that when you get a case number, the foreclosure stops, the garnishment stops, you get instant bankruptcy protection. The phone calls are supposed to stop immediately. Sometimes it may take a while to get the creditors notified, but you get that protection is immediate once your case is filed. But it's very important to explore the options and look for any pitfalls that might be in your situation. For example, let's talk about Chapter 7 and real estate values. Lately, in the past year, I've been shocked at how hot the real estate market is. And so property values have just been going through the roof all over the place, especially in Metro Atlanta. And in Georgia, a married couple, the maximum amount of equity that you're going to be able to protect is about $43,000. For a single person, it's going to be $21,500. So, if you rush into a Chapter 7 case and you get a case number and the trustee looks at your house value and says, hey, I think I can get more than the exempted amount out of your house after I pay off the mortgage and after I pay off the real estate agent. If there's more than $43,000 on the table, there is a chance they're going to sell your house. And when you're in a Chapter 7 situation and you don't like the way things are going, you can't quit. There is no quitting a Chapter 7. Now, contrast that with a Chapter 13. You can quit, and like almost every Chapter 13 situation, you can just voluntarily dismiss the case. But why rush? Why would you ever want to just dive into Chapter 13 or Chapter 7 without sitting down with a qualified attorney, exploring all the options, and having time to think about it? Now, let's talk about a situation where somebody might need to file immediately. Typically, those are situations where somebody has waited till the last possible second to stop a foreclosure of their house. Now, just so you know, I don't do those. Just for cardiovascular reasons and stress on my staff, I don't want to take a stop foreclosure case the day before foreclosure is scheduled. I want my clients to come in well ahead of time. At least a few days. So the mortgage company is typically going to give you about 6 weeks notice. And usually it's going to come in the form of a certified letter. And then they're going to advertise the house for 4 consecutive weeks before the foreclosure date. So don't wait till the last second. Now, the problem is a lot of well-meaning bankers will say, oh, don't run out and file bankruptcy. Don't do anything. Just stay where you are and let me see if I can come up with a deal for you. Well, you know what? The time to do that was before the foreclosure started, okay? Don't let them string you along. I have seen way too many cases in my 21 years of practicing bankruptcy where a person will get strung along for weeks and weeks, and then the night before the foreclosure is scheduled, the bank calls and says, I'm sorry, we just can't work out a deal. Your house is going to get foreclosed tomorrow. Don't let that happen to you. Explore your options. And another point is, usually in most cases where there's a foreclosure coming down the pipe, usually there's some credit card debt we need to get rid of, or a car we might need to pay for and catch up through a Chapter 13. We want to look at the entire situation. And there's absolutely no reason to wait till the last second. Yes, you can get an emergency bankruptcy filed quickly if you have to, but why put yourself in that situation? It just makes no sense. Again, I understand people get emotional. I understand people get stressed. But it is so important to come in and sit down with us, spend some time looking at the entire situation and making a decision that is good for you. I have written a book on Chapter 13 and Chapter 7, and you can get a free copy of it at my website, www.kellycanhelp.com. I encourage you to download it. And if you have any debt questions at all, don't hesitate to give us a call at 770-881-8449. I look forward to talking to you soon. Thank you.